Groundbreaking vaccine shows 75% immune response in Phase 1 trial, paving the way to eradicate breast cancer. Date, June 10, 2025. Overview. A groundbreaking vaccine developed at the Cleveland Clinic aimed at preventing and treating breast cancer has shown promising results in its Phase 1 clinical trial. The trial concluded recently, revealing a significant 75% immune response among participants, primarily women diagnosed with triple-negative breast cancer, the most aggressive form of the disease. This promising finding has ignited hopes that the vaccine could potentially eradicate breast cancer by 2030. Trial details. The Phase 1 clinical trial, funded by the U.S. Department of Defense, involved 35 women, the majority of whom were battling triple-negative breast cancer. The effectiveness of the vaccine was measured by assessing the production of antibodies against alpha-lactalbumin, a protein specifically targeted by the vaccine. Remarkably, this protein typically remains absent in women's bodies except during pregnancy and breastfeeding. The only side effect reported was minor irritation at the injection site, indicating a favorable safety profile for the vaccine. Dr. Amit, Kumar, CEO of Anixa Biosciences, which partnered with the Cleveland Clinic in this endeavor, expressed excitement about the results. He emphasized the new mechanism employed by the vaccine, which differentiates it from previous cancer vaccine efforts that often resulted in adverse immune reactions against healthy cells. The vaccine's innovative approach targets a protein that is unique to breast cancer cells, marking a significant advancement in cancer immunotherapy. Significance of the findings. Breast cancer is the most common cancer in women and one of the leading causes of cancer-related deaths, with 1 in 8 women expected to develop breast cancer during their lifetime. The potential impact of this vaccine is substantial. Dr. Kumar noted the historical challenges of developing effective cancer vaccines, stating cancer vaccines have been very difficult to develop. There has never been a successful true cancer vaccine. This vaccine's success in eliciting a strong immune response is seen as a pivotal moment in the fight against breast cancer. Dr. Kumar articulated a hopeful vision for the future, likening the vaccine's potential impact on breast cancer to the eradication of infectious diseases such as polio. He stated, "If this works and is able to prevent cancer, then we can perhaps eliminate breast cancer as a disease, just like we've done for polio and various other infectious diseases." Future directions. Following the encouraging results of the Phase 1 trial, researchers are gearing up for Phase 2, which is set to commence next year. This phase aims to expand the participant group and explore the vaccine's effectiveness against other breast cancer subtypes. The scientific community is optimistic that the vaccine could revolutionize breast cancer treatment, offering new hope to millions affected by this disease. The vaccine's development has been a long journey, starting with the initial concept nearly a decade ago. Researchers are planning to present their findings to the White House and the Department of Defense later this year to secure ongoing support in funding amidst concerns over potential federal budget cuts. Challenges ahead. While the results are promising, experts stress the inherent uncertainties in cancer vaccine development. It is vital to remain cautious, as the path to successful cancer immunotherapy has often been fraught with challenges. Despite the excitement surrounding the vaccine, Dr. Kumar acknowledged the ongoing uncertainties and the need for rigorous testing in future trials. In summary, the promising results of this groundbreaking vaccine represent a significant advancement in the fight against breast cancer. With further research and development, there is hope that this vaccine could become a vital tool in preventing and treating breast cancer, bringing us closer to the goal of eradicating this prevalent and deadly disease by 2030. The recent development of a groundbreaking vaccine aimed at preventing and treating breast cancer at the Cleveland Clinic has shown a 75% immune response in its Phase 1 clinical trial. This promising result suggests a significant advancement in cancer treatment, particularly for triple-negative breast cancer, which is the most aggressive form of the disease and affects 1 in 8 women. Funded by the U.S. Department of Defense, the trial involved 35 women. most of whom had triple-negative breast cancer. Notably, the vaccine targets alpha-lactalbumin, a protein typically absent in women unless they are pregnant or breastfeeding, which contributes to its unique approach compared to previous cancer vaccine efforts. Dr. Amit, Kumar, CEO of Anixa Biosciences, emphasized the novelty of this mechanism, believing it could pave the way to potentially eradicate breast cancer by 2030, similar to the eradication of diseases like polio. The trial measured the immune response through the production of antibodies, revealing that the only significant side effect was minor irritation at the injection site. One counterintuitive aspect of this development is the historical challenge of creating effective cancer vaccines. Despite the success of vaccines in preventing infectious diseases, developing a vaccine for cancer has proven difficult because cancer cells originate from the body's own healthy cells, making it challenging for the immune system to distinguish between healthy and cancerous cells. Previous cancer vaccines targeted proteins present in higher concentrations on cancer cells, but this sometimes resulted in the immune system attacking healthy organs displaying these proteins. What sets this vaccine apart is its focus on alpha-lactalbumin, which only appears under specific conditions, thereby reducing the likelihood of adverse immune reactions against healthy cells. The expectation that this vaccine could potentially eliminate breast cancer entirely by 2030 is a bold claim that contradicts the historical precedent where no true cancer vaccine has achieved broad success. The next phase of the trial aims to expand the participant group and explore other breast cancer types, with researchers looking to secure ongoing support in funding amidst concerns about potential federal budget cuts. This ongoing uncertainty highlights the complexities involved in bringing a new medical treatment to market, even when initial trials show promise. In summary, while the vaccine's 75% immune response is a positive sign, the journey to establishing it as a viable preventative and treatment option for breast cancer is fraught with challenges and uncertainties, underscoring the counterintuitive nature of cancer vaccine development. The report about the groundbreaking breast cancer vaccine contains several important elements that are significant yet often overlooked. Here are key points that merit deeper consideration. 1. Targeting alpha-lactalbumin. The vaccine specifically targets alpha-lactalbumin, a protein that is usually absent in women except during pregnancy and breastfeeding. This unique targeting mechanism is significant because it differentiates this vaccine from previous cancer vaccines that often targeted more generic proteins, which can lead to adverse immune responses against healthy cells. The ability to focus on a protein that is not typically present in non-pregnant women minimizes the risk of the immune system mistakenly attacking healthy tissue, a common pitfall in cancer immunotherapy. This specificity could enhance the vaccine's efficacy and safety profile, making it a potential game-changer in cancer prevention and treatment. 2. Triple-negative breast cancer (TNBC). The majority of participants in the trial had triple-negative breast cancer, which is known for its aggressive nature and limited treatment options. The vaccine's success in eliciting a 75% immune response in this specific group is particularly noteworthy because TNBC accounts for about 10 to 20% of all breast cancers and is associated with a poorer prognosis. Attention to this subgroup in clinical trials can lead to significant advancements in treating a subset of breast cancer that has historically been challenging to manage. 3. Federal funding and its implications. The vaccine has received funding from the U.S. Department of Defense, underscoring the national interest in developing effective cancer treatments. However, there are concerns about potential federal budget cuts that could impact ongoing research and development. The importance of securing stable funding cannot be overstated, as it directly affects the progression of clinical trials and the eventual availability of the vaccine to patients. The interplay between politics and scientific advancement is an often overlooked aspect that could have profound consequences for the future of cancer research. 4. Long-term vision for eradication by 2030. Dr. Kumar's aspiration to eradicate breast cancer by 2030 is an ambitious goal that reflects a significant shift in how we view cancer prevention and treatment. This vision, if realized, could change public health paradigms and influence funding and resource allocation in cancer research. However, the timeline is fraught with challenges, including the need for further clinical trials, regulatory approvals, and the eventual integration of the vaccine into existing treatment protocols. The recognition of these hurdles is crucial for setting realistic expectations for patients and stakeholders. 5. Historical context of cancer vaccines. Dr. Kumar's acknowledgement that no successful true cancer vaccine has been developed previously highlights the historical challenges faced in this field. Understanding the significance of this vaccine in the context of past failures provides a clearer picture of the potential breakthroughs it represents. It reflects years of research and development, learning from earlier trials and adapting strategies to enhance immune responses without harming healthy tissues. This historical perspective is essential for appreciating the magnitude of the current findings and the hope they bring. 6. Public health impact. The vaccine's potential to prevent breast cancer could have far-reaching implications for public health, with breast cancer being one of the most common cancers among women. A successful vaccine could significantly reduce incidence rates, healthcare costs, and the emotional and physical toll on patients and their families. The societal implications of such a breakthrough should not be underestimated, as they could lead to a shift in how we approach cancer care and prevention at a population level. In conclusion, while the report highlights the promising results of the vaccine, the underlying mechanisms, historical context, funding implications, and broader public health impacts are equally important. These aspects provide a more comprehensive understanding of the significance of this development in the fight against breast cancer. 1. Promising results of Phase 1 trial. The groundbreaking vaccine developed at the Cleveland Clinic has shown a 75% immune response in its Phase 1 clinical trial, primarily involving women with triple-negative breast cancer, the most aggressive form of the disease. This result is significant as it suggests the vaccine may successfully prevent and treat breast cancer, raising hopes for eradicating the disease by 2030. 2. Innovative mechanism targeting alpha-lactalbumin. Unlike traditional cancer vaccines that often have adverse effects on healthy cells, this vaccine specifically targets alpha-lactalbumin, a protein unique to breast cancer cells and absent in most women's lives except during pregnancy and breastfeeding. This innovative approach minimizes the risk of the immune system attacking healthy cells, addressing a major challenge in cancer vaccine development. 3. Future research and development plans. The next phase of the trial is set to begin next year, which will include a larger participant group and potentially other types of breast cancer. The researchers aim to present their findings to the White House and the Department of Defense to secure ongoing support and funding, particularly amid concerns over potential federal budget cuts. This step is crucial for the continued development and eventual availability of the vaccine. 4. Challenges and uncertainties in cancer vaccine development. Despite the excitement surrounding the vaccine's immune response rates, there remain inherent uncertainties in the development of cancer vaccines. Dr. Amit, Kumar, CEO of Anixa Biosciences, acknowledges that developing a successful cancer vaccine has historically been challenging, and this vaccine's progress will need to navigate various regulatory, funding, and scientific hurdles before it can be widely implemented. Here are 3 famous historical cases of groundbreaking vaccines that significantly impacted public health, mirroring the excitement surrounding the recent breast cancer vaccine trial. 1. Polio vaccine development, 1950s. The development of the polio vaccine in the 1950s is one of the most notable success stories in medical history. Dr. Jonas Salk developed the first effective polio vaccine using inactivated poliovirus. The vaccine was introduced in 1955 and was widely administered, leading to a dramatic decline in polio cases, which had previously caused thousands of cases of paralysis each year. The mass vaccination campaigns, including the March of Dimes initiative, resulted in the near eradication of the disease in many parts of the world. In 1961, Albert Sabin introduced an oral polio vaccine that further facilitated global vaccination efforts. The success of these vaccines exemplified how targeted immunization can lead to the eradication of a disease, serving as a model for future vaccine development, including the current breast cancer vaccine trial. 2. HPV vaccine introduction 2006. The introduction of the human papillomavirus HPV vaccine in 2006 marked a significant advancement in cancer prevention. The vaccine Gardasil was developed to prevent the strains of HPV that are most commonly associated with cervical cancer. Clinical trials showed that the vaccine was highly effective in eliciting an immune response and significantly reducing the incidence of HPV-related cancers. The vaccine is now recommended for preteens and adolescents, and its widespread use has the potential to drastically lower cervical cancer rates. The HPV vaccine serves as a hopeful parallel to the breast cancer vaccine, as both target specific cancer-causing mechanisms and aim to prevent cancer development. 3. Hepatitis B vaccine development 1981. The hepatitis B vaccine was first approved for use in 1981 and has since had a profound impact on public health. Hepatitis B virus HBV is a major cause of liver disease and liver cancer worldwide. The vaccine was developed using recombinant DNA technology, which allowed for the production of the vaccine without using live virus. The introduction of the hepatitis B vaccine led to a significant decline in HBV infections and associated liver diseases in vaccinated populations. The successful implementation of the vaccine in various countries demonstrates how effective vaccination programs can lead to substantial reductions in disease prevalence, similar to the hopes surrounding the new breast cancer vaccine. These historical cases illustrate the potential of vaccines to revolutionize public health and significantly reduce the burden of disease, offering hope for the future of cancer prevention and treatment. The recent Phase 1 trial results for a groundbreaking breast cancer vaccine developed at the Cleveland Clinic have ignited optimism for the future of breast cancer treatment. With a 75% immune response observed particularly among women with triple-negative breast cancer, the most aggressive form of the disease, this vaccine might become a pivotal tool in the fight against breast cancer, potentially leading to its eradication by 2030. Future outlook. 1. Advancements in clinical trials. The next phase of clinical trials is set to begin next year, expanding the participant pool and targeting other types of breast cancer. This broader testing could provide critical data on the vaccine's efficacy across a wider demographic, which is crucial for gaining regulatory approval and ultimately public confidence. 2. Regulatory and funding support. Researchers plan to present their promising findings to the White House and the Department of Defense to secure continued funding and support. The success of this vaccine could hinge on navigating the complex landscape of federal funding, especially given the potential for budget cuts. Advocacy and education about the vaccine's importance will be essential in maintaining financial backing. 3. Broader implications for cancer vaccines. If successful, this vaccine could set a precedent for the development of other cancer vaccines. Historically, creating effective cancer vaccines has been challenging due to the unique nature of cancer cells, which arise from the body's own tissues. This vaccine's innovative approach of targeting alpha-lactalbumin, a protein present only during specific life stages, could inspire similar strategies in other cancers. For public health impact, the potential eradication of breast cancer would have far-reaching implications for public health. Given that 1 in 8 women is expected to develop breast cancer in their lifetime, a vaccine could significantly reduce the incidence of this disease, thereby lowering mortality rates and healthcare costs associated with treatment and management. 5. Increased awareness and education. As the vaccine progresses through trials, it will be vital to raise awareness about breast cancer prevention and the vaccine's role in it. Educational campaigns will help inform the public about the benefits of vaccination, especially for women at higher risk. This could foster a proactive approach to breast cancer, shifting the focus from treatment to prevention. 6. Integration into standard care. If the vaccine proves effective, it could be integrated into existing breast cancer screening and prevention protocols. This could include recommendations for vaccination alongside regular mammograms and genetic testing, particularly for those with a family history or genetic predisposition to breast cancer. 7. Challenges and uncertainties. Despite the promising results, uncertainties remain. The immune response observed in Phase 1 trials does not guarantee success in larger populations or varied cancer types. Continued research is essential to assess long-term effects, potential side effects, and the vaccine's overall efficacy across different demographics. 8. Global health considerations. Should the vaccine receive regulatory approval and demonstrate effectiveness, its distribution will need to be managed carefully. Ensuring equitable access to the vaccine, particularly in underserved communities and developing countries, will be critical to maximizing its impact on global breast cancer rates. In conclusion, the groundbreaking vaccine developed at the Cleveland Clinic marks a significant step toward potentially eradicating breast cancer. With careful navigation of the upcoming clinical trials, regulatory pathways, and public health strategies, the vision of a future without breast cancer could become a reality by 2030, bringing hope to millions of women worldwide.